Hi everyone, my name is Enes. Welcome to my video. In today's video, I'll be talking about the story of me getting banned from the military. I know it sounds interesting, so let me just get into it. I'm a Turkish citizen. I was born and raised in Istanbul. So if we need to talk about the military situation out here, a Turkish person has to serve in the military for 6 months. And generally, after you graduate, they call you to military. And so my story has begun this June because I was graduated from my university. So on June 1st, I got a notification from this app called E-Devlet, which is simply where every Turkish citizen follow their entire life. Everything is electronic here nowadays. And I had about 6 months, like from June 1st to till the end of year, I had time to handle this process. In Turkey, there's a lot of ways where you can just like get dismissed by your military service. There's a way where you just pay the government like $10,000 and go to the military for a month instead of 6 months. I'll talk about that. Then let's say if you have a sickness or you're physically like disabled, any like logical things. So my thing was considered under the psychiatrical reasons. About the 1 month thing. So for me, if I'm paying $10,000, why do I still go for a month? Like, if I will pay the $10,000 and don't go at all, that will be perfectly fine. Like, I will work and pay for that money somehow. But still going for a month, I just don't think I can do that. Like, I think the society, the environment is not going to suit me. Like, I'm genuinely not feeling comfortable going to military. And one of the reasons is that this is actually the reason why I got banned from the military as well, is that I'm homosexual. I just don't feel comfortable going in an environment full of like 95% straight men. Did I hear horrible stories? Yes. Did I hear really good stories about my homosexual friends who's going there and enjoying their military service? Yes. But I think it's like a very 50-50 situation. Like, it's all about like the location your service is going to be made, and you don't get to choose that. So I had a long think about this, and I was like, okay, I think, I really can't do it. Like, I really can't risk it. And, losing $10,000 and going for a month is another thing. Losing 6 months of your life and doing the military service is another thing. So I was like, at this point of my life, I really, really don't have any time to lose. I'm building a nice career. I just graduated from my school, and I don't want to be held back from any of these stuff for now. So in Turkey, maybe some of you know, if you're homosexual, they ban you from the military. I know it sounds interesting. Like 20 years ago. I'm not really sure when they changed this. What I'm gonna tell you now is something my government used to do in the past, not currently. So, to prove your sexuality, the government would ask a video or photo of you performing sexual activities. And, with homosexuality, there are like, roles. There's top, there's worst, there's bottom. And if you were a top, they will be like, oh, that doesn't count, you still have to go to the military. But if you were a bottom, then they will ban you from the military, and you will provide the government a video or footage of you performing bottom activities. Thank God they changed it now. I don't know if it is something better now because they still label you, but now they just like they call you psychosexually sick. So they consider you psychosexually sick, and that's the reason why they ban you from the military. For me, the process began early June. First, you kind of need to go to your doctor and have a like general health checkup. And during the checkup, you're telling your doctor that you're homosexual and you want to be sent to a psychiatrist. So my doctor sent me to a psychiatrist. I think I had my session with my like doctor the first week of June. Then my psychiatrist appointment was maybe like 2-3 weeks later, like around end of the June. I went to my psychiatrist session. It took us like 5 minutes, maybe less. I'm not sure, but not longer. The questions were like, since when you feel this way, does people around you know about your sexuality and stuff like that. I answered all those questions, and then I was sent to a psychologist. And the psychologist is like in an office called like Social Security Services or something, not sure. I think the next month I had my psychologist session. The gap between the psychiatrist and psychologist was like about a month. I remember that really well. With the psychologist, I had a way longer session. I think it took us about like 45 minutes because the psychologist, she was a fab woman, by the way, like love her so much. I don't think she's ever gonna see this video, but if she does, love you, queen. With her, we like started from my childhood and till today. Like what I'm doing, how was my childhood? Does my parents know about my sexuality? Does my friends know about my sexuality? Does people at my work about my sexuality? And all that. And I think at the end of the conversation, I provided her 3 contacts, 3 human beings contact that's around me, starting with a family member, someone from your work, and then a friend of yours. I think the parent situation is not like a have to situation, but it's definitely something that makes them believe you more. So they talk to my mom, then my co-producer friend, and then my best friend. I think after our session within the next week, she made a phone call with them. She was kind of like just asking them, we have this person saying that he's gay, and are you aware of this? Like, how is he acting around you? Blah, 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 blah. And at the end of the week, the psychologist called me and she was like, okay, like your documents are done on my end. You can continue the process. And the next step of the process was going to the health council of the hospital. And there was another psychiatrist there that was like the health council psychiatrist. So the psychiatrist goes through your previous steps, talks to you a little, and then approves or doesn't approve the papers you have. So obviously he approved mine, and then I had a session at the main health console of the hospital. There was obviously the main doctor of the hospital, my psychiatrist, and all those other doctors. I remember that day, there was 48 persons above me to be called, and I was like, how long this is gonna take? Like, this is gonna take so long, but actually it didn't. It took about 15 minutes till they called me. So they called everyone one by one, and then I gave them my ID, and they were like, okay, you're gonna be able to receive your results in 2 hours. So I did my own business, walked around, had a coffee in those 2 hours, then I got back to the hospital. And then I took my documents, which was just saying that NS blah 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 is not suitable for the military service. And there was also a lot of notes about the doctors, and they were it's more about like, me being able to talk and I understand what I mean, and then the things I told them, the things they heard from the people that I've shared the contacts of. And yeah, so as I mentioned earlier in the video, you can follow up everything through a digital app, and they said within a week I was going to be able to receive, like I was going to be able to see the results of these documents on there too. So I think this week I'm going to be able to be officially like dismissed and banned from the military. Fingers crossed. Let's talk about how I feel. I mean, I love how weird it sounds, and I think the video cover I did is so funny. Like, if I would see a video online and being like, I got banned from the military, and me with a fucking LGBTQ flag behind me, I think it's a gag. I think it's a gag for sure. I obviously don't like being labeled psychosexually sick. But is it better than proving a video to your government? I think 100% it is better. I mean, I think for me, I had really valid reasons and questions why I don't want to serve in the military. And I'm really happy that successfully I ended this process like this by getting the results that I actually wanted. I was kind of scared because I live in a very religious area in Istanbul, and I was like, I may like face some homosexuality or like judgment throughout this process. And I haven't faced it once, not gonna lie. Everyone, every doctor, every worker in the hospital that I had to talk to about this situation was really nice to me. Obviously they were not like this, but they were like neutralized. They didn't say anything negative, positive, and so everybody was just doing their job. And I don't know why I appreciate people for just doing their job, but I think we need to appreciate people more nowadays. Yeah, I feel good. I feel satisfied about the process. I'm happy that I'm not going to military. Yeah, I feel good. I don't know if there's going to be any Turkish people watching this video, but if you are in my position and if you want to go through this process and if you have any questions, please feel free to ask me, because when I started the process I was lacking of information. Then a friend of mine helped me so much, which I appreciate him too. I know it can sound very uncomfortable and it can like bother you pretty much at the beginning, but once you started it, the rest is gonna be easy. Thank you so much for watching the video. I hope in your country you don't have to go through this stuff, but if you are in this country and you want to go through this, I hope you end up getting banned like me. And thank you.